What's going on, y'all? It's Rob with Cinema Bullies. I'm going to talk about something that I was informed about without asking, and something that everyone talks about, but no one can prove it. Usually, it's all he said, she said, whatever. But I found it very interesting that someone from overseas decided to jump in my DMs a while back. Never brought it up because, didn't want to blackball myself because I was still in the shows and cared about it, more than I do now. So now that I've took a couple steps back and don't really give a shit, figured I'll just bring it up. It's not going to be a real long video, but just going to be addressed that, people do contact people and reach out to people that have a social influence because they don't have the balls enough to bring it up themselves, I guess. So, and this goes towards handlers, judges, higher ups in the ABKC and all the other registries I'm sure this shit goes on in. But have you people realized that, you see the same people winning, especially when it comes to females? I find it interesting because, I've always, thought that, that specific person or persons were good handlers. They put a lot of time and a lot of hard work, a lot of promoting. So, it was kind of expected those people would be winning shows and doing well. But you ever realize, some of the people just win at everything, even with dogs that shouldn't be winning shit, and then you wonder why they win, and you're questioning yourself and your dog, and you look at your dog, you look at yourself, and you're like, how the fuck did I lose against that piece of shit train wreck dog? It doesn't make sense. So I've always thought that, even when I was in the ring and, I lost against some, good handlers, and I'm like, damn, I think my dog looks better than that. I'm not even being biased because I fucking pick apart my dogs like no tomorrow. I don't give a shit. And I know I don't got the best dogs by far, but I can tell you if they're the best dog in that fucking ring at that time. So, I'm not a professional judge. I'm not a fucking professional handler. I pick up quick, I learn quick, and I understand usually what I speak on before I speak on it. So that being said, I had someone from another country, mind you, hit me up about a specific person, and I'm not going to say it was a judge, handler, etc., and, person, but there's been other persons that I've been informed about, but just not specifically from this person all the way from fucking overseas, far away from here. And this guy jumps in my DM and tells me, hey, do you find this person attractive? I'm like, what? Yeah, she's all right looking little woman, whatever. And he's like, oh, well, she does, this and this and that for these wins that she gets. And, she cheats on her, her husband, and, does this and does that. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, how do you know all this? Why? So the person that hits me up decides to say something on the spectrum of, well, I know that person's secret lover and this and this. It was like a soap opera. It was, I couldn't believe this shit. So, I'm entertaining, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Tell me more. You know, why not? Send me some pictures. Like, send me something. Sure enough, this guy sends me, you know, X-rated pictures of this person. I'm like, how the hell did you get this shit? You know, comes to find out that that person knows the other person's wife that the other person has an affair with, and this, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is some Jerry Springer shit right here. Like, this is amazing. I'm like, I can't believe this shit. So of course I saved all the pictures and shit. I had the pictures just to, you know, cover myself if this ever came and, you know, turned into something else. But the fact of the matter is that this person, it's a shame because I've never had nothing bad to say about this person and the other people that I also know stuff about, that was kind of shocked that, you know, that's what these people do for wins. I mean, you mess with judges and higher ups in the ABKC and just to win at shows, and I find that just so degrading, and it's a shame that, I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do to make money, I guess, but I mean, if you're married or, you know, have a husband and kids and stuff, and then you're doing that stuff because you're always on the road and, you know, you're, you know, messing with other people behind your significant other's back just to win shows, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I didn't think that the dog game would be that grimy. I mean, that's pretty, you know, fucked up shit. But, you know, just amazes me that people don't catch on to that, because, you know, especially when, you know, some of these handlers and judges, you know, pick dogs that shouldn't be winning. So I put two and two together, and it's either sex or money. I mean, that's the only thing that's going to persuade somebody's mind, you know, to pick something that shouldn't be picked in the first place. So, you know, it's a shame. And like I said, I'm speaking on it just because I'm just speaking on what everyone already thinks, but I actually have legit proof, and there ain't no denying the proof, because I mean, the pictures are the pictures. I mean, it is what it is. But you know, and the person knew too much intimate detail about the other person, and then they wanted me to expose them and really, like, put them out there, and I'm like, I ain't doing all that, but I'll speak on it. So, like I said, things don't add up, things don't line up. So why do people cheer for it and congratulate and give these people praise on shit that is, you know, paid for in a sense, you know, either sexually or money? So, you know, just something else to think about when you're in the ring and you're wondering why you're losing against a dog that shouldn't be winning, especially when it's the same person winning. And then, not to mention, especially towards certain, we'll say, male or female judges, and that specific person always wins. You know, to me, it's pretty interesting, because I never really thought about it, like, in depth until this person decided to contact me. And he deleted all his messages because he didn't want to get, I guess, put on blast himself, but I screenshotted a lot of it just to have. So it's interesting, man. I mean, I just can't believe that behind every smile there's such a deeper, darker truth, even when it comes to these dogs. So keep that in mind. Like I said, when you guys are losing in the ring against something that you shouldn't be losing against, ask yourself those questions. Why, how? Watch the interactions, watch who these people hang out with after the shows, And then you kind of get an idea of what's really going on, and then you can debate if you're going to spend your money, losing, at a show that's already set up for the other person to win. So keep that in mind. It's been going on since the beginning. I mean, I've heard plenty of stories about judges, sleeping with handlers, and handlers, sleeping with judges, vice versa, whatever, and messing with higher ups in the ABKC to get a advantage, to help promote dogs, sell stud credits, sell puppies. It's all about generating the next dollar. So that being said, keep that in mind. And like I said, I'm not saying no names, but smart people can put two together and figure it out themselves. And then if you want to address it to the person, or ask the person, or confront the person, that's on you, or persons. Because I mean, like I said, there's more than just one. Just the one that was brought to my attention was just, was not expected. And like I said, it's a shame, but don't like things that are not fair, to me or to anybody that's in the ring busting their ass, spending tons of fucking money on these dogs, traveling to shows, canceling time with your children and your families. Step back and really think about what's important to you when you get into this shit. If you can make it, cool, do it. If not, remember, something that's set up, something ain't right, at some events. I'm not saying all. Some events, keep that in mind. Family over everything. The dogs come second, third, fourth, whatever. It's fun, it's cool, the dogs are great. But like I said, stay vigilant and always observe your surroundings and observe what these people do, how they interact. So take care. Hope this helped you guys out. I'm probably gonna get some backlash for this one, but I don't really care. Like I told you guys in my last video, and if I do get backlash, I mean, I've got plenty of evidence to back it up, so be careful. That's all. All right, guys, take care. Later.